Hey everybody, welcome back. Pop Retro. Pop Retro 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook.com/Pop Retro 1. Patreon.com/Pop Retro. So I thought I'd share with you just a couple of things that arrived in the mail over the past couple of days. And the first one is the one that I'm most excited about, really excited. And this is the infamous, from Turkey, the Star Wars knockoff, The Man Who Saves the World. Now, this movie, this is from 1982. I'll tell you here's the description real quick. The distant future, two pilots, outgunned in a space war, crash land on a mysterious desert planet. There they discover an enslaved populace with a blood-sucking ruler obsessed with conquering Earth, the Wizard. To foil his plans, they'll have to take on an army of robots, mummies, skeleton men, furry red monsters, and more. Oh, and they'll also need to find a holy bronze sword, kick boulders until they explode, and survive the wizard's insidious brain drain machine. So, no big deal. So this is, for the first time in HD, scanned in 2K from the only surviving 35 millimeter print. And what's interesting about this, it was a guy by the name of Ed Glazer, a retired projectionist. Somehow he got his hands on the only existing 35 millimeter print of this movie, which was a, what do you call it, like Turksploitation. Now, this was back in the early 80s when they were doing a lot of ripping off of popular American themes in movies. For instance, this was not only a rip-off of Star Wars and science fiction films of the time and TV, but it also stole, like just ripped footage and sound effects and music from a lot of films of that era as well, including, I don't know which ones exactly, but Star Wars, and I think Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica. And because of that, this has really only seen release on home media in some just very poor quality, mostly bootleg, I think, editions. And so this is the first time I think it's been ever released in HD on a Blu-ray. And in fact, it's I don't know if it was to sell copies, or if it's because, hey, I can only do this for a limited time. But Glazer, who, as far as what I can see on the internet, offered this Blu-ray up for only 30 days or 31 days between October 1st and October 31st of 2021. So just a few days ago, this thing went off the market for sale again. Now, that doesn't mean it'll never come back, but a friend, Heath, over at Serial at Midnight, check out that YouTube channel. He's one of my favorites. He's the one who actually alerted me and his viewers to this deal, and he spotted it somewhere. And so I was able to pick this up just right at the end, just before Halloween on the 31st. And so I was really happy that I got in just in time to get this. And so take a quick look at, there's the packaging. There's a look at the back. Looks like a regular professional DVD. On the inside, you got a little card. There you go, move it in there. And the look at the disc art. No reversible art on the insert, but I should also point out that if this is a hang-up for some people, that this is a burned Blu-ray, a manufacture-on-demand Blu-ray. So if you have an issue with that, then, I don't know. I think this is about the only way you're going to get this on Blu-ray, unless it somehow gets a regular release later down the road. But I don't see that happening because of all the footage and sound that was ripped off from Hollywood movies and TV shows from back in the time, which is a lot of what makes this whole thing fun and experience. So this was the way to get it. So you might be on the lookout online and just keep an eye out, and maybe this will be offered again. Up next, I picked up, after all these years, I finally get to upgrade my edition of David Cronenberg's Videodrome, the 1983 movie. This is the Criterion Collection edition, and it's super nice. And this came out, the Criterion version, copyright 2010. So it's already been out for over a decade. And I've had it on my list of want to gets, and I think I saw it down to $14.99 the other day. So I said, okay, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pull the trigger and upgrade my old DVD copy of Videodrome. And I haven't watched it in a long time, so it'll be fun to take a look at this again. Let's take a look at the packaging. There you go. This is a nice cardboard slip for the film. And take the case out. There you go. Looks like kind of shaped like a Betamax. It's got the spine and the back side. Let's open it up and look at the inside. There's a look at the disc. And there's the chapters on the other side of the insert. But what's also nice is there's a nice, fairly thick-ish book that comes with it. Informational booklet, I guess you would call it. 38 pages, it looks like. 36 pages with actual type on it. And then the last 2 pages with the back, which is blank. So technically 38 pages, though. That's a nice bit of reading. And there you can see a little bit of how much text is on each page. So there you go, the Videodrome Criterion Collection release from 2010 of 1983's Videodrome. The last Blu-ray, and then I have just a couple of CDs, music I want to share with you, because I don't buy a lot of music on physical copy anymore these days, whether it be vinyl albums or CDs. But my favorite genres and my favorite artists, I will still splurge a little bit and pick them up. And so, but the last Blu-ray, I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was trying to tell me about a movie. He said, yeah, it's a fairly recent movie. It hasn't been out that long. And he was trying to explain it to me, and it turned out to be Glory from 1989. I said, Dad, it's from 1989. That's 32 years ago. So it's not that modern, but Glory was very well regarded back in '89. A true story of the first black regiment to fight for the North in the Civil War. Stars Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington, Cary Elwes, and Morgan Freeman. Broderick and Elwes are the idealistic young Bostonians who lead the regiment. Freeman is the inspirational sergeant who unites the troops. Washington, the runaway slave who embodies the indomitable spirit of the 54th Regiment of Massachusetts. So a historical drama here, historical retelling of some true story. So this will be fun to watch. I don't remember ever watching this. I mean, I was so into genre films in 1989. I was in junior high in 1989. So Glory was not something that I had watched, and it seems over the years, I don't think that I've ever picked it up either. So after I had that conversation with Dad, I went and found a used copy of Glory and picked it up. So there's the back. This is a Sony release. And there's the disc, which is glorious. And there's some reverse art in there. And I'm not going to take it out of the case. Let's keep this video short-ish. I always go a little bit long, a little too long, longer than I want to, but that's all right. All right, finally, I got 2 CDs. And these both wound up coming. I bought the deluxe editions, and the first one is the brand new Gary Numan album. Can we call it an album? Long play, LP, called Intruder. Now, my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, asked me, have you heard the new Gary Numan? And I said, and this was a couple months back, I said, no, I haven't. And I just remembered that conversation the other day, And I thought, okay, you know what? I really need to check that out. I hadn't checked it out on Spotify yet, so I just decided to go ahead and purchase the CD. Old school new wave, old school electronic artists are my favorite genres of music, and so I'll blind buy all the old artists that I used to listen to and still listen to when they come out with something new on physical copy. And so I was really happy, or I am really happy to get this. It's a deluxe. I mean, it's a book, and it's got that matte finish. There's the spine, and are a lot of the deluxe editions, are they coming like this now? It's just, you open it up and it really is just a book, and it's got the lyrics and some art. It's hard to hold it up here properly. I'll just try to get one page so you can kind of see how it's laid out in there, with the last page being the disc right there. Because when I first get these, I kind of go, oh man, I kind of like the plastic, the old jewel cases. It looks nice and uniform on the shelf, but these are really, really nice. And the second one I got, my favorite band, Duran, have just released their most recent, their 15th album. This is called Future Past, and it also arrived, the deluxe edition, in the same exact, with that matte finish, same exact book, same exact type of release and finish. And so far I've heard about 4 or 5 of the songs. Well, I had before I got this. I did pop this one in the other day to give it a listen a couple times through. I really love it. And I had heard 3 or 4 songs. They had released some singles over the past 4 or 5 months this year, leading up to the release of the album. And so this arrived just the other day as well. And there's some more art on the inside, along with the lyrics, just like the Gary Numan disc. And one thing that they've talked about, Duran, was that the music video for the first single, called Invisible, was actually shot using some sort of artificial intelligence computer, which apparently was the first music video to be completely rendered by AI or something like that. You can look it up, but it's interesting. But these images are what came from that music video, I think, or they're at least inspired by the video. And so there you have it, Future Past by Duran. So a couple of music discs, Double D and Gary Numan, and a couple of new to me Blu-rays with Glory, Videodrome, and of course The Man Who Saves the World, which will be the first one I watch out of this stack. So hey, thanks for watching. Come back here tomorrow or in a couple days. I don't know when I'm posting this video. If it's on a Friday, I might take the weekend off. If it's during the week, then you'll probably see another video tomorrow. So either way, check back soon, and I will see you then.